So this is Algebra 2 Review 15. It's review for the test. I'm going to go over every problem, explain how to work it, explain how I want the answer, all kind of stuff. You're going to take the review. You're going to use it on the test. So you need to make sure that your test looks just like the review, and you need to make sure your review looks just like my review. This is due the 9th, which is this Thursday, this coming Thursday. And that's when the test is due as well. So the review 15 and the test 15 are both due Thursday. Okay, so let's get started. Number 1 on the review, let me move it over here. Number 1 on the review is -3 times the square root of -16. So remember, square root of -16 for I, because the square root of -1 is I, square root of 16 is 4, and then you need to multiply -3 times 4i and get -12i. So that's number 1. Number 2, you've got to solve the system. 5/6 plus 1/2 y equals 9. This is actually 5/6 x. And then x plus 1/2 y equals 10. So what I would do is I would get rid of the fractions. So I'm going to multiply the top one by a 6. And I'm going to move this. I'm going to move it up here. Okay, I'm going to move it up here because I'm going to run out of room. So I'm going to move it up here. So 6 times 5/6x leaves 5x. I'll show that to you in just a second. 6 times 1/2 y leaves a 3y. And 6 times 9 equals 54. So that's what that equation becomes when you multiply through by the 6. Okay? Then on the bottom, I would multiply it by a 2. So that would be 2x plus y equals 20. And it just says to solve and classify. So you can use elimination or substitution or Kramer's rule. I'm going to use elimination, and I'm going to multiply the bottom one by -3. So I'm going to rewrite the top one. 5x plus 3y equals 54. -6x minus 3y equals -60. Now again, if I go too fast on any of these, stop it. Pause it, work it out, start it again, see where you are, see if you get the right answer, whatever, or start the video over, rewatch it, whatever, if I go too fast on something. That is what's really nice about these videos, that you can stop me. And if I get going too fast, stop it, catch up on everything, then go from there. So -x equals -6, so that means +x equals +6, and then you plug that back in. I'm going to plug it into, doesn't really matter which one, I'm going to plug it into the 2x plus y equals 20. So 2x plus y equals 20. So 2 times 6 plus y equals 20. So that's 12 plus y equals 20. Subtract 12. So y is 8. So make sure that you write your answer in an ordered pair, and you have to classify. This is consistent because it's got a solution, and independent because you got a point of intersection. They're independent lines. So it's consistent because it's got a solution. And notice how it's spelled. E-N-T, E-N-T. You better spell them correctly because I am doing all this for you. So I'm going to be very, very nitpicky on the review and on the test because you're going to use the review on the test. So spell them right or I will take off points because I've got it right there in front of you. Like right there. You can stop it right now and write them out correctly. Okay? So make sure you spell them correctly. Make sure that you write it in an ordered pair. Okay, number 3, skip. Skip number 3. Don't worry about it. Skip number 3. Let's go on to number 4. Number 4 says, so I'll tell you which one on the test that you need to skip, or you'll just make sure you skip the same one like number 3 on the test. Okay, so number 4 is W times 72 minus W equals 1,296. And they're giving you that a gardener has 140 feet of fencing material to enclose a rectangular area of land. She wants the fenced-in area to be 1,296 square feet. This equation gives the width that meets these requirements. Use the discriminant, so you're going to use b squared minus 4ac, that's your discriminant, to explain why these requirements can be met. So that should tell you right now you're either going to get a positive number or you're going to get 0. Because the only time you don't get a solution is if it's a negative, okay? So you're going to distribute that W. You're going to put it in the right order, negative W squared plus 72W minus 1296 equals 0, because you've got to make sure you get it in the right order and you move the 1296 over. And then your A would be -1, your B is 72, your C is negative 1296, or you can change all the signs and have A be +1, B be negative 72, and C be positive 1296. It doesn't matter, just make sure you plug everything in correctly. So if I plug it in to B squared minus 4AC, like I put up here, that's your discriminant. So 72 squared minus 4 times -1 times negative 1296. So 72 squared minus 4 times -1 times negative 1296 gives me 0. Okay, gives me 0. So that means there's one real solution, and that's all you have to put. That's why the requirements can be met, because you get one real solution. Now remember, if B squared minus 4AC is less than 0, meaning it's negative, that's no real solutions. That's no real solutions, two complex solutions. And then remember, if B squared minus 4AC is greater than 0, meaning it's positive, that's two real solutions. So know all that. Know that when you get 0, it's one real solution. When it's negative, you get no real solutions, two complex solutions. If it's positive, greater than 0, you get two real solutions. Okay? So that was number 4. Then number 5, you're just testing to see if it's a right triangle or not. So you're given the sides are 15 meters, 20 meters, and 25 meters. A couple of different ways to do this. You could do A squared plus B squared equals C squared, or you could see that this is a 3, 4, 5 by 5. It's a pi trie by 5. So either way, I don't care. This would be 15 squared plus 20 squared equals 25 squared. You do not have to write both of these ways down. You pick one. 15 squared plus 20 squared is 625, and 25 squared is 625, so this is a yes. Okay, so that's showing if it's a right triangle. So the answer is yes, so make sure you put yes on either one of these. You can show it either way. If it's a pi trie like that, you don't have to show it both ways. Okay, so then number 6, you want to find the area of this triangle. You're given two sides, 32 and 24, and this is 132, and you want to find the area. So this is where we use that law of sines formula that says the area is 1/2 two sides times the